Alright guys, in this video what I want to do is go over the decisions that you make and kind of what you're looking for in the R&D section. Before I get into the decision screen, make sure that you've watched how to make a decision video so that you kind of know what's going on there, and also know where to get help. I've talked about this in other videos, but I just want to re-emphasize it here. Under help and support, you can get a lot of good information. The team member guide, some tutorials and demos, which is going to give you both written documentation and some videos for each of the areas and different aspects of CAPSIM. And you're going to get a frequently asked questions, which is broken down to by areas like R&D, general, production, modules, reports. That's going to help you understand CAPSIM better with some of the most common questions that they receive. And as I read down through these are questions that I've gotten over the semesters that I've been teaching it. So make sure you know where to get help, and make sure that you spend time in these information that you get. It will help out a lot. Alright, so we need to make decisions in marketing. So we go under decisions. We're going to launch the web spreadsheet. And then what we're going to do is click the R&D. Now if we want some help in R&D, then we click Coach. And it's going to give us a tutorial on R&D. If there's anything in here that we don't understand, then we click the information button, and they give us a little brief explanation of what that means and what it does for us, okay, or don't do for us. Alright, in R&D, what we're doing here is we are either going to reposition our product, in other words, change the product, or we're going to introduce a new product. Now, where do I know what to do? Well, one, it's based on your strategy. Right? Are we trying to get into the high tech? Are we trying to move a product to the low tech? Are we trying to update a new product to the high tech? Those type of things are what you've got to decide first before you even know what numbers to put in here. The best place to go is under your fast track report. Now, I don't have one printed out to show you or one already pulled up. But under reports, this is the fast track report for the previous round. So we're in round 1 now. So this is the fast track report for round 0. And so if you print this out on PDF from reports, then you're going to get the same information I'm showing here. What you want to look at is section 5 and 6, the low tech segment and the high tech segment analysis. And now what are these sections doing is you're going to get the buying criteria for the customer. And in R&D, what we are adjusting is the reliability and ideal position. Now the reliability margin, so for the low tech, 14,000 to 20,000, remains the same every round, doesn't change. The only buying criteria out of the 4 criteria that changes round to round is this ideal position. And we did this in the situation analysis where we had to put in what is the ideal position for every round, and you need to have that. That's going to help you make decisions on where am I going to be round to round with each of the customers types. Now the high tech, which is section 6 on page 6, has got the buying criteria. It's the same 4 items, but they're in different orders, different priorities. All right. So the ideal position for the low tech was the lowest, the 4th priority, but for the high tech it's the highest priority. And you'll also notice that these are different than low tech. Alright, so once we get that out, so I don't remember this 7.4 and 12.6. Alright. And what I want to do is I'm going to introduce a new product. To introduce a new product, then I've got to introduce one. It's got to be the same name as my company. So my company's Andrews. So, I mean, not the same name, but it's got to start with the same letter. So I've got to do one that has the same, starts with the letter A. So I'm just going to call it Ann. And remember, it's 7.4 on the performance, and it was 12.6 on the size. Now, and also go in there and look and see what the reliability is. All right, 17 to 23,000. So I'm just going to start out kind of in the middle. Now what I want to do is recalculate. And what you're going to notice here that the charts down here kind of gives you some ideas of what's going on. by me putting this in, the material cost is going to be 15.96 per unit. At this, the more advanced we are, then the higher the cost would be. It does not come into, it's in the R&D pipeline until March of 2016. Round 1, we're in year 2015, so it's going to be almost a year and 3 months before this comes in. So instead of using 7.4 and 12.6, maybe I want to get my product to where the high-tech wants it. Remember, the high-tech wants to be at the front end of the curve right here. Okay? And you can see where Ann is at right now. It's kind of in the middle. So the high-tech product moves at 0.7, positive for performance, smaller for size, negative. So I'm going to change this to 8.1. And then I'm going to subtract 0.7, which is going to be 11.9. Alright. Hit recalculate, and you're going to see that our material cost went up to 17.28. It was 15.96. Alright, on here. Now we can say, I really want to be reliable too. I want to be more reliable. I want to be one of the most reliable products out there. So I'm going to go up to 22,000. Then you're going to see my material cost went up to 17.82. And you're also going to notice that instead of coming out in March of 2016, it's coming out in May. Now, once we get something in the R&D pipeline, it cannot be changed. So we cannot update ANT at the beginning of round 2 because it hasn't come out yet. So you can't make that change. All right. Now we may be sitting here going, okay, Able here, we're going to target this for low tech, so we want to kind of get back in here. The reason I want to do that is, one, it meets their buying criteria better, and by me getting less advanced, then I lower my material cost. Right now I'm sitting at a material cost of 15.97. Another thing to keep in mind is, on the low tech buying criteria, their second most important thing is to be 3 years old. Not 1.5, not 4.5. On this age profile, and if you got any questions on it, you can click on here and it'll kind of give you some more information. After the end of round 1, we're going to be at 4.1 years old. So I can decide, this product is good enough, because what's going to happen is, due to drift, this circle here, both of them, is going to move this way every round, the expectations. So they'll want to get, customers want higher performance and smaller size. Alright, so I may say the low-tech product is good right now, because this is not free. Introducing AN is going to cost us almost $1.5 million. Remember, these are in thousands. Just about everything here is thousands. So it's not $1,400. It's $1.4 million that you've got to do. Now, every time I make changes, you want to hit recalculate. And once you recalculate, then you can kind of see the results. You can get into the pro formas that I talk about in the video on making decisions, and see kind of how, if everything goes as I predicted, what would my financial statements, my balance scorecard look like. Again, this is a pro forma. It's future looking. You're never going to predict the future 100% correct all the time. You're going to miss it some. What hopefully you're doing is making predictions that are going to be close. So your plans is pretty close to reality of what happened actuals. Alright, so that's it for R&D. You either reposition a product or you update it. You reposition a product, which is updating a product, an existing product, or you introduce a new product. And you make those decisions based off of trying to keep up with customer preference, which you can get off the fast track round 0, and you did that in the situation analysis on what each customer wanted for each round, which customer type. Hopefully this helps with R&D. If you have any questions, Go down through the coach here, go down through the help menu under your decision page, go under help and support off the main page. Hopefully this integrity video is helping, or just let me know if you got questions and we can discuss it. Good luck.